Welcome to the Power Up Podcast. I'm your host, Trevor Scullion. Join me for some powerful conversations with members of the Substation Design Solutions Industry Consortium, the SDSIC. I'll chat with members about the consortium, some innovative solutions, how they're implementing some different technologies, even some of the amazing projects that they're working on to address the growing needs of our power grid. So thanks for listening today. Let's get started. Today's guest is Audrey Marich, Protection and Controls Designer at PPL Electric Utilities and the SDSIC Chair for the past 3 years. Audrey has led the consortium through a very tough time of pandemic shutdowns and virtual meetings, all to keep us moving forward, and the entire time she has continued to help us achieve incredible growth in our membership. Thank you for joining me today, Audrey. It's great that you made the time, and I've been really looking forward to having a chat with you.
Thank you, Trevor. I'm happy to be invited and share in this podcast.
So let's start with a quick overview of the SDSIC and what our goals and objectives have been for all of the newbies listening to the podcast, because really we wanted this to be shared with some new folks coming in and give them a little background. So why don't we start with that?
Great. For anyone not familiar with the SDSIC, we are a group of utility employees, contract design and engineering firms, equipment manufacturers, and software developers who have come together to promote the use of the latest technology in our organizations, to help in the development of new tools and software products which streamline processes in our organizations, creates industry standards and uniformity, and my favorite aspect of the SDSIC, to share information in a non-competitive environment. I mentioned that we help to develop new software products. Members often have access to testing and trial versions, as well as direct access to the developers who work to create the tools in a way that best works for the industry, rather than morphing a manufacturing tool into something we can use. With numerous software developers in our group, we are also able to investigate the interoperability between tools available to us. I want to emphasize we are not a drafting consortium or even an engineering consortium. We include members who are detailers, engineers, IT folks, supervisors, company executives, anyone in your organization that wants to keep their organization moving forward and utilize technology to increase safety, reliability, and the bottom line. We have 6 committees who hold monthly meetings virtually. Those include business strategy, civil structural, electrical, innovative solutions, physical, and technology. And membership in the SDSIC is free, as is access to those monthly committee meetings.
Awesome overview, Audrey. Thank you. I think it's important to note that membership is free. We've kept it free, and it's been quite a challenge on all of us to keep everything moving forward in a free environment, right? So
yes.
So let's talk a little bit about you led the team here through some significant changes to the charter and kind of opening things up to different member roles. Could you walk us through some of the changes?
Sure. The SDSIC just keeps getting better and better. I stepped up as the leadership chair role in November of 2018. And in that time, not only has our membership increased dramatically, but we opened the committee co-chair roles to non-utility members and have given voting rights to those leaders. Prior to this change, the leadership roles could only be held by utility members. This change has encouraged all organizations to increase their engagement, giving members more resources to tap when they have a question or a challenge. We have also invited additional software developers to join our ranks. Like I mentioned before, this change allowed utilities to better use tools that they already have in their organizations and understand how they can leverage those tools to be used with the latest technology. It also gives your organization options to investigate, so you truly are using the best tool and solution to meet your needs.
That's so true. So I'm looking at the back end of our website right now in the SDSIC, and you say, significant growth. So we're at 1,700 active members. And that's been, that 3 years specifically has been crazy growth. And I know with COVID and everything, folks were looking for sources of information. And do you feel that the growth is attributed to the different vendors that we brought?
Absolutely. We have many design and engineering firms, as well as manufacturers, and of course, the varied software development partners. Our manufacturers are working to increase and share with the membership their model and intelligent block libraries and work one-on-one to learn what the client needs. I also want to emphasize that we are not a sales organization. All meetings are both monthly and the face-to-face are held to learn and grow. If you're new to the SDSIC, do not fear that you will have to dodge a sales pitch. That being said, if you want to discuss those topics, there are evening networking events in Nashville where you can seek out the information you are looking for, but it will be for you to broach that subject. I also think that our growth can be attributed to the happy members sharing the information they are learning among their peers, their coworkers, their leadership, and then word just travels.
Yeah, so true. So true. And yeah, happy members. When you go to the live events, yeah, I mean, it's terrific to watch everybody networking and sharing ideas. And it's pretty open and I guess a joyous occasion when we're all together.
It is. It really is a lot of fun.
So 2023, it marks 10 years. So 10th anniversary of SDSIC. And we're all excited to get together and celebrate in person. Do you have, specific goals for the big kickoff that you can share?
Well, as you know, Trevor, I am always excited about the face-to-face meetings, especially now that they're happening again after not meeting in person through the pandemic. We always have amazing hosts, and each face-to-face gets better and better. Our Nashville 10-year anniversary meeting takes us back to where it all began. Power Engineers is our host, and they have really kicked it up a notch. This will be the first face-to-face meeting where we'll have our in-person Innovative Solutions Committee meetings, and we have added utility executive general sessions to our agenda. Here we will learn what special projects a few of the utilities are working on, utilizing 3D modeling, digital twins, BIM, intelligent wiring software, and how they are dealing with the challenges they meet. I think it's going to be a great addition to our agenda. And of course, it's Nashville. Need I say more? We will have great evening events where you can wind down from a long day, meet new people, get answers to those questions that a presentation may have sparked throughout the day. I promise you will not be bored, but you may go home very tired by the end of the week.
Yeah, exhausted.
I always am.
And there could be a night or two of maybe some downtown Nashville karaoke in the future. I don't know, but we'll see what happens.
Wow.
So I think it's important that we touch one of the things you mentioned, and the SDSIC is a nonprofit, and we really do rely on sponsorships to offset the cost of operations and definitely the live events for sure. Would you like to do a shout out to any vendors that might be listening and prompt them for some support?
Sure. Membership to the SDSIC is free. Access to the monthly committee meetings are free as well. We do have a small fee to attend face-to-face meetings, but this fee does not come close to touching the cost of holding such an event. The cost for members to attend the Nashville event for the entire duration, Monday afternoon till Thursday afternoon, including evening events, is $450 or $550, depending on how early you register. We rely on sponsors to cover the costs that registration does not. We have a few amazing sponsors who come back eagerly sponsoring every event we hold, but of course we are looking for more involvement. Sponsorship opportunities for the Nashville event are shown on our website, sdsconsortium.com. With your sponsorship, your organization will be heavily recognized through signage, slides within the presentations, and depending on the level of sponsorship, some free passes can be included. Recognition of your sponsorship will also appear on the website throughout the year, long after the Nashville event has passed. In addition to the sponsorship for the face-to-face events, We are grateful for those who sponsor our day-to-day expenses like our Zoom meeting account and costs associated with website maintenance. If you have an interest in that sort of sponsorship, you can make that happen by reaching out to me directly, and you can find my contact information on the website. And to those who are already sponsors, thank you. We would not be where we are today without you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, you're right, Audrey. Even this podcast, like we're recording over Zoom, and last year and the year before was Power Engineers had provided the sponsorship to pay for our Zoom platform. And this year, Empirical has stepped up for sponsorship of Zoom and helping us with some of the operations on the website and kind of maintenance on that. So yeah, big shout out to them, and thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. They are always terrific supporters.
Yeah. And, so one of the reasons we decided to put together a podcast was to be able to share it, kind of the conversations, and share it outside on LinkedIn and any social network we want, including a bunch of the podcast streaming sites. So, I guess for potential new SDSIC members that might be listening to this podcast, what's your pitch to get them to join us?
I see no reason not to join. The SDSIC is here for you. You can use it in the way that works best for you. If you're not interested in face-to-face meetings, but you can join monthly calls, that's fine. You can join any or all of the committees and pop into one monthly call or all of them. Meeting notes are sent out after each meeting, so if you happen to miss a meeting, you can catch up. You will gain so much and have absolutely nothing to lose. Not all who call into the meetings are subject matter experts. Many are brand new and have basic questions. Never feel like you are too new to add to the meetings. The SDSIC is here for you. Our committee leadership is great, and you can reach out to them directly at any time with questions. You don't have to wait for monthly calls to get help with a challenge. And then the face-to-face meetings elevate the entire SDSI experience. And after you attend one, you will never want to miss another.
Wow, that's a great pitch. That is really great. And yeah, it's so important that folks don't feel like you need to be an expert to get involved.
Exactly.
It's actually the opposite, right? We're looking for those new questions, and there's quite a few members that have been doing it for a decade or more now in intelligent 3D design even, and learn from the scars, if you can. It's probably one of the best ways to kind of get involved. So yeah, great pitch.
I agree. Everyone learns from the challenges that others are having. So it's a great opportunity.
Awesome. So is there anything else you want to cover for some of those folks?
I would just like to encourage folks to get involved. A little bit about my personal journey in hopes that maybe it'll inspire someone else. When joining the SDSIC, my organization was just sticking their toes in the water with 3D and intelligent wiring. A coworker and I attended the face-to-face meeting, and both of us were warmly welcomed and encouraged to get involved. Personally, I've always been almost painfully shy, but the value of the consortium was so apparent, I just fell in love with it. The leadership chair at the time encouraged me to consider a leadership role. So when a spot opened up, I asked to be considered. I was given a co-chair role and began to panic. I wanted to do this group justice, and I just had to figure it all out. I joined Toastmasters International to gain some public speaking confidence, and now I act as an area director for Toastmasters International as well. So who would have thought? In addition to job knowledge, I have gained opportunities for personal growth and professional development. The SDSIC has brought is invaluable. Go to the website today, right now, and join. You will not be disappointed. And please come to Nashville and introduce yourself to me. I want to personally meet each and every one of you.
Oh, that's great, Audrey. I didn't know that you were now a director for Toastmasters.
I am. I'm excited.
Wow, that makes so much sense because your public speaking over the last couple of years has been just incredible. I think once we got out of COVID and we're able to see people.
Thank you. It has definitely helped me build speaking confidence.
Thank you for listening to the Power Up Podcast today. If you enjoyed this conversation and you're not yet a member of the SDSIC, Join for free at stsconsortium.com. Be part of the community and all these great conversations. And maybe you'll be the next guest on the Power Up Podcast.